It's like one thing I think about is that perhaps freshmen or even sophomores in computer science, for instance, which a lot of them they think they're gonna get the job and you're gonna be happy and rich and successful. It's in the next 2 years, I just don't know how many people will need that many programmers because usually in most fields like a lot of the engineering like that many like companies don't need that many mechanical engineering companies don't need that many of X engineering, but until now people need a lot of computer science and programmers and things like this, but we have tools that could if you give it a tool like the AI to a programmer, you could do as you could 10x this engineer. So are you going to need that many people? So that will change.
Yeah, it's hard to say. There's been times in the past when we've said we don't need any more programmers, and it turns out we did.
Right.
So some of these things are just so hard to predict. Yeah, it's like even in the field of CS, like I've seen years where we've had fluctuations in terms of who applies, and sometimes people don't come because they go to the startup world. Sometimes they don't come because they go to industry. Sometimes they go into the next new thing, whatever that might be. But we still have writers and we still have mathematicians.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think computing is going anywhere. I think to your point, I think what you're referring to is, will an algorithm be able to write a program so we don't need a person to do it? And I think that's still like unclear at the moment.
You think so? Like, have you seen well, perhaps not the latest of the R algorithm, but a lot of the things that a programmer might be doing in their day-to-day like job?
So I think that, there are signs that we have algorithms creating programs, but there are still decisions to be made about what to program and how to do it and how to do it best. And the discussions around this, like having worked inside of several companies, there's a huge social component to programming, and it's not just a technical problem.
Right. Which is the judgment part of it, like making decisions, which you don't necessarily learn if you study computer science.
Yeah, some of the values, but also understanding some of the consequences
Right.
that may not be in a data repository that a machine learning algorithm might use.